Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how I mixed sulfonic acid and STPP. Mixing these two chemicals as I'm trying to produce liquid soap gave me a very wonderful result. So I poured my 1 liter of sulfonic acid into that bucket and added dissolved STPP. The total quantity of water I'm using is 30 liters. I shared the 30 liters into different bowls. So I stirred the sulfonic acid with STPP. You can see the mixture very thick. So I stirred until the sulfonic acid is completely dissolved and form a kind of thick, pastry solution. So I finished the remaining dissolved STPP. I poured everything into that bowl and stirred again. That reaction is very beautiful. The soap is forming gradually. So I stirred very well again. Alright guys, if today is your first time of seeing my videos, do me well to like, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. As you are watching the video, please drop your comment and I will answer you in the comment section. The total amount of water I used is 30 liters. 30 liters is what I have in this big black bowl. I share the water into the remaining 3 buckets. I made 5 liters in the 3 buckets, making 15 liters. Then I left 15 liters inside the big black bowl. I want to make sure that all the water I'm going to use will be that 30 liters so that the consistency of the soap can be very thick. This is nitro soap, 500 grams. I'll be dissolving nitro soap in the big bowl containing 15 liters. That is soda ash. I'll be dissolving soda ash in that black bucket having 5 liters of water. I'll be dissolving my STPP in that bowl, that white bowl. That STPP is 250 grams. My SLS is also 250 grams. So I'll be dissolving it in the blue bowl. Then I have my sulphonic 1 liter. I have my caustic soda, about 30 grams, and my colorant, which I'm going to use just as I like. No need of measuring that. So this is my SLS in the blue bowl. I have to stir to make sure that it's completely dissolved. Then I have my soda ash in this black bucket that I'm stirring. You give it some time to dissolve very well so that you will not have any kind of lump in your soap at the end of the day. Then I stirred each bucket from time to time, say about 30 to 40 minutes, and everything will be completely dissolved such that you don't see any particle again before you do the mixing of all the solutions. That is when you can have very nice consistency of soap that is not having lumps and properly mixed together. So you allow them to dissolve before you start the production proper. So after a while I saw that they have all dissolved. Then I poured my nitro soap, 500 grams, into the big black bowl containing 15 liters of water. You have to stir this very well and it readily dissolves. So dissolves completely. You can see that no lump is formed. Then you get ready to add a little caustic soda just to thicken the solution, the soap mixture. I used about just a spoonful of caustic soda. That is what I'm dissolving in this small plate. So I dissolve the caustic soda, just a spoonful is enough. Before now, I've noticed that when I use too much caustic soda, when you are mixing it, the nitroso solution will become extra thick, and at the end of the day it will form lump. So I avoided that. I used just 1 spoonful of caustic soda as I dissolved it and turn it into the big black bowl. Now when you turn caustic soda into nitroso solution, it thickens. The consistency will just become thicker, telling you that the soap is forming already. So as I poured it, I stirred to make sure that it's evenly distributed. The next thing I want to do is to pour in my dissolved soda ash. I also noticed that when I pour in other things before soda ash, it used to swell up and pour out of the bowl. So to avoid that wastage, I've decided to be adding it first. So I added soda ash into the bowl containing nitroso and caustic soda, and look at it guys, the soap is forming already. You can see the consistency. This is soapy already. As a matter of fact, this can wash clothes and can do the dishes. But we always complete the ingredients to balance the acidity of some of the ingredients that we are using. So I dissolved my sulphonic acid inside STPP solution that has been dissolved already. This reaction is very good because it ended up making the soap mixture very thick. You know, when you supply your customers with soap that is thick and foamy, they will continue to praise you because they would like to dilute it when they are using. So that is why I use this formula. I dissolved my sulphonic acid inside STPP solution and look at the reaction, very fine. So I stirred to mix it up very well. Stir it very well. You can see the thickness. This is going to make the soap very thick. Then sulphonic will make the soap foamy. That is why I always use a liter. Sometimes I use more than a liter. Despite the fact that I will still add foam booster to the soap, because I know there are just 2 things that customers are looking for: soap that is foamy very well and thick. So look at this mixture. It's going to give the soap mixture that thickness that customers will appreciate. So after mixing it together, I have to turn it inside the big bowl. Alright, you can see my camera is shaking. Please, I was recording and producing at the same time. So I poured in that mixture and immediately the soap mixture became very thick. So I stirred. You can see it. Stirred it very well, and I love the mixture. Very smooth and no single lump in it. So I stirred it very well to make sure that everything is evenly distributed. Then I added my dissolved SLS. You can see that no single grain is seen in the bowl because it has been completely, dissolved. So I stirred again, and I saw that okay, the mixture is full, the bowl is full. So I had to allow it some time to cool down so that I can have space before adding my foam boosters. The foam boosters I added is 1 liter of foam booster, because I want it to be extra foamy. So I added my foam booster, and then I'll be going in with my fragrance. I always mix fragrances so that it will not be one fragrance, and it will give that unique scent that when you are washing your clothes or you are doing your dishes, everywhere will be well scented. So I added my fragrance. You can choose any fragrance and mix together for your soup. You can use lemon and amber, you can use blue seal, you can use essence, any kind of fragrance you like. Mango, banana flavor, their fragrance, they are there, so you can use any of them. So after turning in the fragrance, I allow it again to cool down. Then the last thing is to go in with my dissolved colorant. This particular customer likes the green color, so you can see I've been doing green lately, but very soon I will change the color. So I added my green dissolved colorant. After stirring, I noticed that the color was not sharp enough. I had to dissolve more colorant. That was why I said that colorant you don't have to measure. As you are adding, you will be looking at it to see if it is okay the way you want it. If not, you add more to it until you get the shade that you really want. So I added more dissolved colorant and I stirred. Then I allow it to cool down and packaged and supplied to my customer the next day. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless you. Please like this video, make comment below and share to your friends. Thank you.